Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you. I want to thank, first off, there's a few things I want to address before I start. I want to thank Moe's Diner for hosting us tonight. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. I appreciate the respect that we receive from them. Second off, some of you, you know who you are. Stop sending me Candy Crush invites. Okay, I don't play that game. Don't say that I can't find a job. Send your resumes. Don't send Candy Crush invites. Word of advice. My name's Arman, though. College student. I just shaved this morning. Think gross like that. It's nothing I can do. Like for most people, it's no shave November. Me, it's not just shaving for a day. People go, yo, bro, how'd you grow that awesome goatee, man? I'm like, well, it's 3 o'clock. I guess that's usually about the time that I have that. People, I can't stand people, though. I'm a horrible person. I'm just a bad person. A lot of people are like, no, you're not. He's lying, guys. He's a gentleman. I'm not. Like, that means I'm just doing a really good job acting. Very good. Like, I'm an Oscar winner if you guys think I'm a gentleman. I'm an asshole. Here's an example. So I don't know if you guys know about the whole news event about Oscar Pistorius. Does anybody know what's going on with that? You guys know he killed his girlfriend. Killed. There's a trial going on. They're trying to figure out if he killed her or not. She was in the bathroom and he shot her. I thought he was a burglar, which doesn't make sense because why would a burglar go like do a wax and trim in a bathroom before he got the house? That's not the funny part. So when you look at the girlfriend and then you look at him, there's kind of a disconnect. Like she is smoking hot. Like damn. This chick is hot. When you look at him, he's like, well, he's a 6. And I know you guys are thinking the same thing. I'm like, it's not that I condone of murder. Murder is horrible. That should not happen. I'm just saying, if you're gonna kill somebody, don't kill the hot chick. That's what I'm saying. Now that's bad, right? But if you follow my advice, we would have had one less dead person. I mean, it's logical if you don't think about it. It's logical. But I'm a shallow person. I'm shallow, as you can tell. And I'm also evil in the sense that whenever I go to a bathroom, I feel like I need to take up the entire time. As Quinn, you've noticed before. Yeah. See, what happens is, last night I was at a restaurant, and I love those like public bathrooms where you lock the door and it's just your room. When you're standing outside, you won't pay any money to use the bathroom. Like, if somebody comes up, hey, I'll give you $1,000 for $1,000, I'll get a bathroom. Done. It's over. I'm gonna pay you. I'm not even gonna think about the bushes or anything. I'm gonna pay that man money. Thing is, when I get in that room, it's my room. I own the place. A sweet ass time. Kick off my shoes. Find a cigarette on the ground. I don't even smoke, but I found it there. It's a window. I might as well use it, right? Because they can't leave the store or the restaurant until I leave. So technically, I'm their owner. I'm like their landlord. I own the place. Shit's mine. I found like some sticky white stuff on the ground. I use it as hair gel. I don't know. I guess some people leave it. I don't know what it is. It's a used shaver. It's a used razor in the trash can. But I take my time. And then once I finally caught up on all 9 seasons of a show that I missed, I'm like, okay, it's probably a good time to leave. So I open the door. Now this is the part where it gets interesting. This is the part where you really find out who you are on the inside. Because the thing that differentiates an adult and a child, it's not the fact that you have a job, that you're married, you have an income, a house. None of that differentiates you from a child. It's the fact that you can control your bowel movements. That's honestly all it is. And so when the man is standing outside waiting for you to come out, he's sweating and he's realizing that at any point, if he shits or pees his pants, it's over. He has to wait 18 years to become an adult. And I know some of you are like, oh shit, January 6, 2007. Oh my God. I've got 5 more years till I become an adult. Shit. Yeah, it's true. And so when you open that door, you give them hope. You're their God. At that point, when they hear that, and you look at their face. Look at their face. This is what they do. It goes from to. It's like a Miss America contest. Is that a door? Is it opening? Now, if you really feel like sick and you want to screw with them, I open it, look out, and then shut the door. 9 times out of 10, they're going to shit their pants. 9 times out of 10, it's going to happen. I also, generally, I should be dating women, I guess. That's probably something I should be doing. So, the thing is, like, I'm not horrible with women. I'm not great. I'm, like, mediocre. I get a lot of girls' phone numbers. I don't get a lot of first dates, though. And it's weird. There's this disconnect, because like we're flirting, right? I meet her that night, we're talking, I'm making a joke, she's pretending that it's funny like you guys are. And she's laughing, and we're having a good time. Like, I'm touching her appropriately, just on the boobs and the ass. That's the appropriate. So I'm figuring this is going well. So at one point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remove her hand from my groin, remove my phone, and I'm gonna ask her to give me her phone number. So I'm like, hey, I'd love to go out with you, just give me your phone number, and we'll go out tomorrow night. So the girl like removes her tongue down my throat, and she's like, yeah, you know, that's a great idea. And she's like, I'm gonna take you out. Now, men, you know what it means when a girl says, I'm going to take you out. That doesn't mean anything. She's like, I'm going to take you out. We're going to have a fancy-ass dinner. We're going to have a fancy-ass time. Now, guys, you know what that means. It means we're going to have a fancy-ass time, but what you're going to do is you're going to open the door. You're going to take me to a nice restaurant. I'm going to order the lobster, the dessert, and the appetizer. You're going to pay for it. You're going to take me home, tuck me in, and I'm not going to give you anything in return. That's what the fancy-ass dinner is. For men, though, we know that. We know that ahead of time. We're like, okay, what we're going to do is, I'm going to take you to Trax. We're going to go to Sizzler, get the half-price buffet. We're going to have a mediocre-ass night. That's what's going to happen. So she's like, yeah, well, I'm going to take you out. I'm like, okay, sweet. I'm not going to mind. So I send her a text that night. I'm like, hey, it was great talking to you. Nice meeting you. I keep tomorrow night free at 7 o'clock. And she disappears for 5 years. And which is weird because I live with them. So it's like awkward. I never see them ever again. But it's really weird because I don't understand. Do they look at the number like, oh, this is that guy. Okay. 801-556. Oh, it's the 2 5s. My horoscope said today that if I meet anybody who has a pair of anything, I should avoid him at all costs. Like, God could not be any more obvious. He's just throwing it out. This guy's a creep. Which I am, but they shouldn't know that from my phone number. This is a little too harsh, don't you think? I also, I watch a lot of movies. The thing is, you ever find that one movie that everybody else has seen but you haven't? Everybody brings it up in conversation. You're the guy in the back, like, yeah, like I want to fit in and I want to know what you're saying, but I don't. But please just include me in your conversation. That was me with Wolf of Wall Street. Everybody saw that movie, and what pisses me off is that I'm actually the first person that ever knew that movie was coming out. I can bet money on this. I saw it in the bookstore like a year before it came out. It was a book. I read it. By that I mean I read the back cover. That's how I read. So I put it back and I'm like, well, this is awesome. It's going to be a movie. They said it's going to become a major motion picture. I'm like, sweet. I'm going to see it. I'm going to be one of the first. This is awesome. I only saw it about a month ago, so I'm a little behind. But the thing is, my friends always bring it up in conversations, like we're at Denny's or something, like, oh, this steak reminds me of Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like, yeah, like I get hookers and cocaine, but I don't know how those two would correlate. But yeah, please include me in your conversation, please. But then I found, like, once I saw the movie, I found I needed to bring it up in every single conversation. Like, it's already past the trend, but I still bring it up. My friend's like, yeah, so I got home and I opened the door and my dog's he's just there. He's kind of just dead. I'm like, wow, dude, I'm sorry. That's terrible. But that's kind of like, it's kind of like Jordan Belfort when he comes home and there's prostitutes in his house. And he's like, well, should I bang him or should I go back to my wife? Like, that's kind of the dilemma I think you were feeling, right? Can I relate to that? People say I got good empathy. I agree. Or another of my friends like, yeah, so I went skydiving and it's a really opening experience. You're falling down from the plane. You kind of open and find out who you are about yourself. And I'm like, yeah, you know, that kind of, oh, this is tough. All right. It kind of reminds me of Jordan Belfort when he's on a boat and his boat's sinking. He's like, I got to choose hookers over cocaine. So he's like, let's get hookers and cocaine, right? That's kind of like what you felt, right? I don't have very many friends, as you can tell.